Hello everyone, welcome back to the session 2 of the video. In the first session I explained the concept, so this particular session we are going to do our actual normal regression. So we are going to predict the monthly revenue using all the other variables here, and the variables include food quality, location, service quality, marketing, and then online rating, number of years in operation, customer satisfaction, average price. All we are going to use them. So how do we do it? We go to analyze, and then we select regression, then we select linear. So now the variable we are interested in to measure is a monthly revenue, so we put the monthly revenue here, then we select the rest and then put them here. So we come to the statistics and then check multicollinearity. You can choose to check descriptives to see their median, mean, and then the standard deviation. But in my case, I don't want to do it. So you say continue, and then you come to plot. You know, one of the assumptions is that the residuals should be normally distributed for regression. So you come to plot here, and then what you do is when you see these items here, those with the z starting, you use them, and then the z predictors, you know, we use x to predict y, so we put the predictor in the x, and then the z residual, we put that one in y, and then we check standardized residual plots, and then we use the histogram. So you already know how we check the normality in my other video. So you say continue. I think these are the only thing you will need, and then you say okay. So when you run the output, I told you in the first video that when we run regression analysis, we produce three main output: the model summary, and then the ANOVA, and then the regression coefficients. So when you generate the output, the first thing you have to check is to check the significance of the overall model, and then that one you come to the ANOVA table here, and then when you come, you check this particular column, the significance here, that is our p-value. So if it is less than 0.05, that means the overall model is significant. That is basically what the ANOVA here is telling us. And then you now come to the model summary here, and then you check the R, the relationship, these predictors. These are the predictors shared with monthly revenue. So, and then it is 0.861. And then the contribution of these predictors to monthly revenue is 71, that is the R square, is 74.1%, which means they have contributed greatly. The adjusted R square here has detected some error in the R square. So by now adjusting the R square to this, so which means that the actual contribution of the predictors to the dependent variable is 73.1%. So like I said, for the R square, when we add more variables, it keeps increasing. But this one will detect if some of them has been added that has no value. So you see it has reduced the R square value. So that is basically the work of the adjusted, and that is what we use or we conclude in our reporting. So now we come to our next thing is the coefficient table. So when we come to the coefficient table, you can see beta and then the other beta, that's the unstandardized, and then this one the standardized. This one here measures the relevant importance, the relative importance of this particular variables, and this one here measures their direct effects, and mostly we use the direct effects, so to tell the direct effect of this on that direct. So mostly we like reporting using the unstandardized beta. So how do we do it? This is our beta naught, as I explained in the previous video. This is our beta naught. So that means if all these variables are to be 0, then our monthly, we are going to have a loss, a debt to be this amount in dollars. So assuming our service quality is being increased by 1, that means our our monthly revenue is also likely to increase by $1,024.44, $1,024.44. And if food quality is increased by 1, our monthly revenue is also likely to increase by $1,632.51. So when you see the positive, it means it's likely to increase. When you see negative, it means it's likely to decrease. So this one, for instance, if there is additional satisfaction, customer satisfaction, an increase in customer satisfaction by 1, our monthly revenue is likely to decrease by this amount. So basically that is what we do. And then when we come here, the next thing we have to consider, the next important column is this significant column. You check those that are less than 0.05. So you see SPSS itself has detected it. Those that are significant, it has put the less than. So we can see it from here. So you could see that for customer satisfaction, it is not significant because the p-value or the significance value is greater than 0.05, as well as online rating and then years in operations. So these ones doesn't have significant influence. And then the next important thing is we check if there is multicollinearity. So, and then we use the tolerance and then the VIF. And then we said if the tolerance value is less than 0.1, that means there is a serious multicollinearity that we need to deal with. And then if the VIF is also greater than 10, so when we check here, none of the tolerance is less than 0.1. They are all greater than 0.1. And the VIF is also, none of them is also greater than 10. So that means that there is no multicollinearity. So which implies that each one of the predictors here have a major unique contribution to monthly revenue. That is basically the point. And then checking this one, we come to the normality here to check if the residuals are normally distributed. So when we take this particular one here, we could see that the residuals has normally distribution. So please, if you did not understand the normal distribution, you could see that the tail to the left is approximately the same as the tail to the right, and most of the information are found within the center. So that means the residuals are normally distributed. And please, if you don't understand the normality, I have a video which is about normality. You can go back and watch that video. And then our next video, we are going to report these findings. So please, in the way that your supervisors or in a way is supposed to be reported in your thesis. So please stay connected as we keep learning. And the data set will be left in the description section so that you can download and practice alongside with me. So have a great time.